Hi guys, I am making a journal today. One of my friends is moving away, so I decided that I wanted to make her a going away present. And I'm pretty sure she told me that she journals. So that's what I'm gonna make her. I'm gonna make her a journal. And I've already got some of my stuff figured out. Like I got my pages cut and my signatures folded and ready. And so I just decided what I wanted the covers to be. Some jelly prints that I already had printed, and so now I'm just going to, I guess, put them on my covers. And I kind of added some things to them. Let's see. How do I want this? But I got my, I cut my covers, and I'm just ready to put everything together. Sometimes I use like these like thicker boards that you get for like matting pictures, and you can find them in the frame section at like Michael's or something, but I don't have Michael's here, so my friend that has a craft store, she gave me a couple of these to test, because I gave a class on how to make these journals that I make. And so yeah, she had given me some to see how a journal would turn out on them. And I really liked them. So yeah, I just have a couple extras. Thought I'd use them to make this. But yeah, so I like to glue. I like to use Mod Podge because it's just really easy to spread on there, and it stays wet long enough to work with it. And this is just like a spackling tool, spackling, and I just use it to get all the bubbles out. But this is just like printer paper, so it's not like it's gonna get some bubbles in it anyway. It just always does, because the glue makes it kind of soggy, but that's okay. It's not that noticeable. Because after I get my covers like made, I stick them in my book press while the glue is drying, and that helps flatten them out a lot. But I just kind of trim the edges, and I cut the corners off. That way when you fold it, it fits the corner like that. That's what it looks like so far. And then sometimes I lay paper down, like layers of paper underneath this. Like you could put a couple pieces of printer paper, because this can get really messy with the glue, and it just helps keep things, keep you from getting glue just everywhere, because you don't want to get glue on the cover of your brand new journal. Then I just glue these edges to the back. I think this is going to be the front of my journal, because I think that fox is so cute. And I like to keep a towel ready so that I can scrape this off so I'm not just scraping glue everywhere. See, it gets your cover or your corners just fit together like that when you cut them off. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear weird noises in the background, but that's my dog playing in her dog bed. And as you can see, it doesn't matter if you have a ton of extra. I just like to have at least a little bit to wrap around on each edge. That way it just looks more finished. It looks nicer. But what's back here is going to get covered up anyway, so it's just really just to cover the edges. But I just realized that I've been wanting to make this for her, and I just realized that it's almost time for her to leave, and we're going out to dinner tonight, she and I and one of our other friends, and so I thought maybe tonight would be a good night to give it to her. So we're supposed to leave here in a couple hours, and they're coming over here. So I thought I'd try to get it done before then, but if not, that's okay, because I am taking her to the airport when she leaves. And I'll miss her. Kelly, if you're watching this, I love you and I will miss you. But I thought I'd make her something that will remind her of her time here, and I put, it's hard to see, right here was supposed to be a little German house, this little stamp that I showed on another video. It didn't work that well, and I thought I was going to rip the paper because this one is tissue paper. But then I put little pretzels across for Germany pretzels, and then I put these little kitties because we both really liked that kitty stamp, and I think they're so cute, and I thought she'd like that. Okay, I don't know why I'm closing that. I'm not done with it. Anyway, I was thinking about putting this on the inside. First, I'm going to trim off the parts I know I don't want. Okay. I think the scrap box. Okay. So if I, actually this may not even be enough for two. That's okay. So I want it to be, where I want to trim it. That's pretty. Maybe I'll do this, and then I could still do the purple one on this one. I like the purple too. Hopefully Hopefully Kelly likes the purple. Yeah, I like that. I like that, okay. Time to glue again. And for the paper that I used for the inside of this journal, I just used I used drawing paper because it's better than the printer paper that I have used before. Printer paper is so thin and it's good for some things, but I don't like it for the pages in a journal. It's just too thin, and because I like to paint in my journals. I know some people probably don't want to paint in their journals, but it's thick enough that it feels really nice when you're writing on it or drawing or gluing stuff to it, whatever. Or even if you're using like a I don't know, like a really inky pen or something, it's less likely to bleed through onto your next page. And I think overall it's just better to work with, and I think your journal lasts longer as well because the binding won't rip or anything, or at least not as easily. So there's my covers. This is the front, this is the back. So it's gonna be cute. This is what it will look like. Okay, I'm gonna be doing a Coptic stitch. But first, I'm gonna press my covers. Actually, I might dry them for a second and then I'll press them. Okay, so I'm just gonna press them for a minute in my book press and I'll show you what that looks like because I think I can fit it on my desk. Ta-da! So this is my homemade book press. My brother helped me make it, but it just, here it is from the side. It's just two boards with holes in them, and then these, whatever you call these things, and then you just tighten them up, and it's missing a washer. I don't want these on top of each other. I like to press them next to each other, not on top of each other, because since the glue is still wet, they will glue together. It doesn't matter if you have glue on the cover, it goes through the paper, because my very first journal I made, it was going to be really cute, and I used like my favorite jelly prints, and then I pressed them together in the book press, and they glued together and it ruined them. I had to pry them apart and it was very sad. So if you press them, make sure they are either next to each other, or you could probably put some wax paper or something between them. I've never tried that, so it might still ruin them. But I don't know, it's an idea. Okay, I'm gonna leave this to sit for a minute. I'm not gonna give like a really in-depth explanation on how to do this. I can, if you want me to, I can do that later on, but right now I'm just trying to get it done. So, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do this and you can watch. But yeah, just let me know if you do want to know like exactly how I do this. But I'm doing a Coptic stitch. Let's see, how many holes do I want? I like to do more holes than necessary a lot of times because I think it looks better. can show you one that's done so you'll know what it looks like. And here's the one I created for my last class, but this is what a Coptic stitch looks like, and it's really good for art journals because it causes the pages to be able to lay flat, which I really like. This one I did washi tape on the edges. Get out my washi tape. It will be easier to do the holes if I put the tape on first. I don't know if I want to do washi tape. Maybe a solid color? Okay, I'm gonna check on my covers. Okay. Flatter than they were. I feel like it just helps seal everything together. What about blue? I was thinking this yellow. The yellow stands out and it doesn't look bad. I think it looks cute. Or there's this orange too. That's very neon. Yellow or orange? I think the yellow. My washi tape box away. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna do this real quick. Not okay. I think it looks better if you fold it over on the last page, but make sure your pages don't get all out of order. But if you do want to see a tutorial on Coptic stitch binding, I learned from watching Sea Lemon on YouTube, and she is so awesome. I love her videos. She has tutorials on how to do everything, how to make everything yourself, and she has so many journal tutorials, and they're really great. She's really good at explaining things, and yeah, I highly recommend her if you want to learn how to do a Coptic stitch, or she does other kinds of binding as well. If you want to make your own journal, that's a good way to learn. Last one. There's that. I think it looks nice. Okay, I didn't know how that was gonna turn out, so there's that. Now I need to decide how many holes I want. Oh, I keep turning this the wrong way. Where'd my pencil? There, it's right there. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do 3 and 3. So probably like cool. So I mark them, then I line them up and lay a ruler alongside, and then I just run my pencil up. Learned that from Sea Lemon. Thank you, Sea Lemon. Because before I was measuring every one of them, and that takes a long time, guys. That takes a long time. And this is already kind of a time-consuming project, so anything you can do to help things go a little faster and more efficient, those are good things. So there's that. Oh wait, no, I do need this. Now I'm gonna use my awl and put holes in my signatures. Make sure you don't get your finger behind the awl, please. Please don't poke holes in your fingers. That would hurt because awls are very sharp. When I taught this class, there were a couple kids in the class, and I was so nervous watching them do this. I was watching them, and there were adults there, so it wasn't like irresponsible things happening. Oh, but we wanted, like, they were old enough to do it. They were just, they just made me nervous. And you know what? My washi tape is not always centered on this or whatever. It's not always perfect. It's not ever perfect. And that's totally fine because when you're making things by hand, they're gonna look like you made them by hand, and that's okay because you're not a factory. And I think it just makes them more special whenever you can tell that you were the one who made it. There's all the holes pierced. Then I'm gonna do the cover. Need to put holes in the cover. Okay. Might be better to use a pen for this. Hopefully I'll be able to see them all. I just do this by eye because it doesn't need to be like measured and exact. Well, I mean, it's going to be pretty close because I'm just using the top signature and marking where I put those holes. And this is the harder part. This is the one where I really recommend having something underneath you to cut or poke the holes, as I'm not doing that right now. There it is. Sometimes it's hard to see where I marked them on the jelly print. I like to start from the top of the cover to the inside because it looks nicer. Like, as you can see, if you can see the holes, it pokes all of the paper through it, so it just looks nicer to have all this on the inside. So there's one. Now here's the back. It's just gonna go like this. And I'm gonna mark these, okay. This is really dark. Hopefully I can see these with just a pencil. Every time I see that pretzel stamp, I just love it. It's so cute. All right, done with the awl. Done with the pencil. This is how it's going to look. Oh my gosh, I really like that yellow. I'm glad I went with the yellow. I think that looks really cool with the colors of the front and back. All right. Here's my bag of needles. And here's my linen thread. Or I guess, no, it's not linen, it's cotton thread. Sorry. Cotton thread. I have a couple colors. This is all I have left of purple. I think I might do just white or black because I think that will look nice. Well, let me see. No, I don't want the orange. I think black. Yeah, I definitely think the black one. But these are just like, they're dull. They're not sharp. And yeah, I don't know. They're good for binding books. Okay. So this is waxed cotton thread. I don't know if I actually said what it was called. But cotton thread is supposed to be a lot sturdier for your journals than like hemp thread or whatever else. And you want it to be waxed because the wax keeps it from tangling up, because it's like you work with large amounts of it at once, so you want it to be waxed so that it's not just like, this is all just in spirals, it's not tangled. It is easier to tangle it up when you're working with it, but what you're gonna do is I measure out like 3 arm lengths, and then I tie a knot. You tie them, well, you put them through the needle, sorry, and then you tie a knot so that it's double threaded. So then you pull it so that the needle is in the middle, and then you have a knot on one end. And you start with the bottom first. You start with the bottom signature and cover. It's that way with both covers. You will always do a signature with a cover, which is something that I need to make sure I tell students when I do the journal class, so that you don't have to undo the whole last signature to put the cover on. But yeah, I'm not gonna, I'll sort of show you what I'm doing, but if you want a video that's really in depth on how to do this, I can show you that, or you can just check out Sea Lemon. Okay guys, so I am about to run out of thread, so I'm just going to tie it off and add some more. So I tie it off a little bit different than she does on Sea Lemon, and you can do it however you want. The way she does it is probably the better way, but oh well. Just tie it off and then I stick it under and cut it off. Throw that away. So I just have these two holes and one more signature in the cover, which I do at the same time. So I really don't need a whole lot of thread, but I like to have more than I need because you can always use it on your next project, and that way you don't run out on the last one, because that would be terrible. On your last signature, that would just be a pain in the butt. But I just re-thread the needle like we did before, the same way. And then I'm going to keep going. Now I'm just going to tie it off on the inside one more time. Gonna tuck it under. And trim it. And there we go. Coptic stitch binding. I think that yellow looks really nice. I'm glad that I went with that. And I hope Kelly likes it. There's the back. So there's the journal that I made for Kelly, and I may do a couple extra like finishing touches to it because I haven't decided if I want to put her name on it or like write a message or something, but there you go. And I will post some pictures or try to put some pictures on this video so you can really see what it looks like. But there you have it. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you liked it. And let me know down in the comments if you want a tutorial on how to bind this. I can do that for you. or we can do jelly printing. I can show you how I made the covers, or just anything else. Whatever kind of craft things, just let me know, and I can make some more videos for you. So thank you. Bye.